Peter Fury, and don't forget to subscribe to Porky's Corner, because I've been a helmet of the month and you need to listen to me. Yeah? So follow him, yeah? And get the fella some followers up, for Christ's sake. He wears his heart on his sleeve, the good man Russ. So follow Porky's Corner, says it as it is, and you know, I appreciate the helmet of the month, Russ. No problem.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, mate.
There you go, mate.
It was Samuel
Peter. Yeah, so you want to talk about Samuel Peter 18 years after his debut?
Terry, listen to me. It's experience, isn't it? He's only a kid, isn't he? What is he, 27?
Okay.
Stop knocking him, man. He'll come good in end, trust me.
He'll be 30 fights into his career, though. So how long do we have to wait, Russ?
I understand that, mate, but you just got to wait, mate. Look, once he's dusted this guy here down here, this hunter, once he puts him into orbit with round 3, he's just got to wait for Dubai, hasn't he?
Why? Why can't he go after someone else?
Because he's probably not going to get a chance.
Why doesn't he get a rematch with Parker?
Parker don't want it. Could you imagine Huey going up against Parker? There'd be bad blood, wouldn't there? You got Andy Lee training him, you know.
No, honestly, like, if I was Huey now, I'd be looking for guys like Hrgovic. I wouldn't even be messing around because he's about the same age as Hrgovic.
Hrgovic don't want that Huey smoke.
Well, we'll see.
He don't want it. He don't want the smoke. He's another Spenotka. Okay then. Do you remember all them guys who used to be Team GB? You know, your Martin J. Wards, people like that.
Yeah.
What happened to all them?
They found their level, Russ. You know, kind of float between British and European, make a few quid here and there. That's what they'll do.
I had him tipped down to win a world title in Martin J. Ward. Honestly, I thought he was really good.
See, it comes back to that word, doesn't it, Russ? Durability. How durable are you? Because the pro game's not really about skills. It's really about how strong you are over the course of your career.
Yeah.
You know, how many lads do you see get injured? Like debut injured, 10 fights in injured. And before you know it, a third of their career has been on the injury table.
Fraser Clark got injured on his debut, didn't he?
Yeah. And he hasn't got time to waste like that.
He's 31 in 2 months.
Yeah, you see.
He needs to get a move on, doesn't he, Fraser? I know he's got no miles on clock, but he's still 31, isn't he? And he's still trained all his career, hasn't he?
Yeah, listen, that's what takes it out of you. The fights don't, man. It's everything you do around the fights that takes it out of you.
Okay. Dylan White, right? You know, he's a controversial character, surrounded by a bit of controversy as well. But do you feel that he's probably waiting for Usyk Joshua to fight next, and then he's going to hope that he can get Joshua at Wembley? Is that what you think he's after now? Because he's going to be out at picture now for a title shot, isn't he?
I can see him looking to fight Parker.
Seeing what?
Because look, where Parker is at the moment, Parker's got that win over Chisora, so his stock's rising. If you're Dylan and you want to come back from a defeat, why wouldn't you beat the guy who's in the same camp as Fury and go, okay, I'm back now?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, mate, isn't it?
Exciting times ahead.
Exciting times ahead. Speaking of exciting times ahead, what did you think to commentary weekend from Sky and DAZN?
Poor. It's been poor for a long time.
What did you think to Adam Smith constantly going on about what Ben Davidson's achieved in the sport?
What did Ben do?
I don't know, but Adam Smith seems to have this love affair with him at the moment. They were going on about him constantly all week.
That's what happens, isn't it? Like these guys just. I think Russ. One of the things, like when you first get into boxing, you assume all these people the other side of the camera know what they're talking about. And then over time, you realize they don't. They just find easy talking points and they just get them out there.
Feel like me, eh?
Yeah. Well, no, but it's the art of saying something while saying nothing. And that's what they're really good at.
That's what Mayweather does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Mayweather, don't tell him anything. They'll give you a 20-minute interview because they've got it off to a T now, haven't they, after 30 years?
Yeah, and he's just trying to conserve his energy. He's like, well, why am I going to waste energy on this sort of stuff? I'm here to fight.
Okay. Dan Aziz, what do you see happening with him next, Terry? He's being tipped to win a world title.
Well, he's just finished his camp with Beterbiev. There you go. There's no harder way to learn the game, Porky. So he's what's he done? 3 weeks with him?
Oh, if we lasted longer than Bob Ashley safe.
There you go. And when I first heard that he was going out to spar Beterbiev, my thing was, I hope Beterbiev will be okay. I hope he makes it to his fight.
They make him wear 20 ounces, don't they, in sparring?
They'll make Dan wear 24s.
Oh, is he a bigger puncher than Beterbiev?
They're both. Well, I've never been hit by Beterbiev, but Dan hits heavy enough. And the thing with Dan is consistent. So in terms of toughening up Beterbiev, I think that was good sparring. I think they got along, and why can't Dan fight for a world title? It's not like the division's stacked with talent, if you see what I mean. You got Beterbiev and Bivol.
Yeah.
And Beterbiev is probably the wrong side of his peak now. So he's probably on the downswing. Joe Smith Jr. is probably on the downswing. Callum Johnson's probably on the downswing just due to age. So Dan's not far off that conversation for me.
Do you think that Steve Goodwin's should feel maybe a little bit aggrieved about what happened with Dan Aziz?
Why?
Well, didn't he have him from the beginning?
No, Dan was MTK from the beginning.
Yeah, but he ended up working with Steve, didn't he, at middle?
No.
Oh, who's that? Is this Dan Aziz or Linus? Who's that guy, Martin, you always used to go on about?
Linus,
that's it. They're both similar weight. Are they one in middle, one in light heavy or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So Linus is the middle.
Yeah.
And he was Goodwin's fighter, wasn't he? Stephen Goodwin's fighter, yeah.
Still is, I think.
So how come he's not with MTK then, Dan Aziz?
Well, what do you think?
I think my short-term memory loss is kicking in a bit there today. Been an every weekend, Terry, on it.
And also, after the Hosea Burton thing and the energy that was around Dan at the time, Sky just said, we need to sign this guy.
Well, he comes across all right, that Dan Aziz. Do you know what it reminds me of? And they're going to give me loads of stick. I think he's a late bloomer like the Cobra and Clinton. I think he's a late bloomer. I do, honestly. I think he's a late bloomer.
Nah, he'd have smashed Frosh to pieces. He's like Clinton, though. I can see him.
Dan Aziz
would have smashed Frosh to pieces.
Terry, you're fucking out your mind. You're talking about one of the greatest ever fighters ever to come out of this country.
I think Dan would have knocked him out. I can even tell you the shot that would have done it as well. It wouldn't have even been a conventional shot, Russ. It would have been what we call the stabbing uppercut. And Carl wouldn't have seen it coming, and that would have been Carl's career finish probably if he had ever fought someone like
Carl's a super middle. Dan Aziz is a light heavy, so they'd have had to fight.
They could, yeah. And at that catchweight, Dan would. Oh man,
you're only saying that because he's your mate. You're out your mind. He's got a fucking British title to his name, Terry. Get over yourself.
Yeah, look at who he won that against. Maybe one of the most skillful boxers, like you said. One of the most skillful boxers you've ever seen in your life.
Who did he beat?
Hosea Burton.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, he is skilled, Hosea Burton.
There you go. More skilled than Froch. So there you go. He would have smashed Froch to pieces.
I don't know about more skilled than the Cobra. We're talking about, a guy who's won medals at World Championships.
Yeah, but that was post-Olympic year. Even you could have won a medal in that 2001 World Championship.
Fucking hell, Terry, the fucking jump out your mouth. Just have a day off. You fucking got it in my. You even. Hang on a minute. You've got a picture of you and Groves on thing again, but it's really tiny. How come it don't fill up like my picture here? How come?
Man, I don't know. I don't know, Porky.
You got Cobra there where Groves are trying to fucking wind him up to death, haven't you? I remember that because he had to shut his eyes, didn't he? Because Groves went like a Yorkshire
Frost
Terrier.
was just, he was crying, mate. He was weeping.
Oh man, Terry.
Yeah, they had to stop filming after that while Carl went round the back and just literally just cried.
Terry. What happened in both fights? It says on box, right? TKO, KO.
Why did Frost retire afterwards then? Because Groves beat him so bad. And look, Dan hits harder than George, more skilled than George, throws more punches than George.
George didn't retire. He started another camp for Chavez.
Hey, well, we never saw him fight again after.
3 week.
But Chavez, you knew Chavez was a soft touch, man. Chavez is.
I know that. I was begging. I hope he gets the Vegas fight. He deserves it. It's a send up. It's his pension fight. You know, he's probably got about 30.
Yeah, Chavez probably would have lost to Jason Wellborn.
Well, Eddie Hill's pulled the plug on that Chavez fight, and Bob Arum between them because they don't like each other, do they? You know the story on that one, don't you?
Yeah.
Bob had a deal left for Chavez, and he says, "Look, give me $1 million, and you can have the contract." So Eddie said, "It's not coming out my end." And fighters didn't want it coming out theirs, so that was that. So Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum stopped the fans having a fight because they didn't want to chip 500 each on the money. This is it. You see, the promoters control boxing, not the boxers. The fighters just want to fucking fight. They do it every day. It's the job. But we have to sit here begging for fights. Begging. I begged for years. Do you know what for? For Charles Nagy. Begged. Do you know Warren? And I've seen this. Warren wanted that many options on Carl Froch. Anybody who thought he was selling a Ford Mondeo?
Frank would have made Froch a star.
You what?
Frank would have made Carl Froch a superstar.
Would have made him a superstar. You've got to fight Calzaghe, then you've got to rematch him if you beat him. And then you've got all the other fights on his shows just for your title shot. What? Why would Mick Hennessy go 20-odd fights and invest all that money in Carl to then say, well, you've got Tim Anderson for Calzaghe, but they want options on you? Why would he want to be a Frank Warren fighter when he's worked all his life to be a Mick Hennessy fighter at the time? Because why couldn't Frank just say, yeah, let's have this fight for fans? No, you couldn't do that, could you, Warren? Warren got in the way of that fight with all his demands. And I'm starting to wonder if Warren's causing problems for other fights not to happen, because he keeps making these fights, doesn't he? And no, happened. Parker Joyce, what's happened with that? After all that yeah stuff 3 weeks ago, where's that fight now?
I think
Hopkins, Cleverly. What about Wilder Chisora? We had the fucking press conference with Art Wilder, didn't we? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Chisora there saying Wilder's bottled it and all that. What the fucking hell are they on? That's why I want to see Wilder Chisora. I want to see Chisora going that way towards the fucking moon. 12 fights lost in his pay-per-view. That's more losses than Josh Whale. It is though, isn't it? Josh has only got 11 losses, Terry.
Josh is a better fighter.
Josh would do Chisora, man.
Yeah. No catch weight needed.
No catch weight needed. Just take him round back at Brown Cow in Brampton and do him. Is it Brown Cow, whatever they call it? I forgot what it's called, that pub near Mick Wales. There's a pub down there where they all go in and Mick's got a seat in there. Nobody sits in it. And anybody goes to grab a seat, hey, you can't sit there, that's Mick's. Something like that. But I'd like to see Chisora fight Wilder for that reason, because Frank Warren made that fight years ago and he said it were done. Just like he said Cleverly and Hopkins were done. They're not done, are they? Just like Ricky Burns were done with Broner. That wasn't done. What are they doing? Announcing fights and they're not happening. Is this where boxing's heading? Can you imagine Man United, Liverpool announcing they're going to play and then saying, "Hey, we don't fancy it today. We're not happy with wages, or we're not happy who comes out first in what kit." Why do we put up with it, Tell?
Mate, I have no idea. Like every year, I think, right, I'm done with the sport. Genuinely, I'm done.
You'll think, no, don't we?
You know, I genuinely think people love boxing because it's the only sport where it's hard for you to be wrong because so few fights actually happen. You can't be wrong about anything. Whereas in football, you can be because look, Liverpool will play Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain. They'll play those teams, so we'll find out what they do against them. But it's unlikely Josh was ever going to fight Tony Yoka or Filip Hrgovic. So we just speculate what would happen. And so you can never be wrong. And boxing fans love that. It's the only part of their life where they can never be wrong.
Probably right there, mate. You're probably right. Okay, then. Let's finish off on this. Give me your best top five prospects who are under 10-0. I don't want you to say, oh, Archie Sharp, Dennis McCann, Blatson, all that. No, Archie Sharp's 21-0 and he's pushing 28. They're not next gen now. 10-0 and under. Dalton Smith, 1. Who are you going to add to that?
Wow. Under 10 fights. It's tough, Porky, because it takes about 10 fights for me to really have confidence in someone.
Okay, then you say the light heavyweight kid who won the silver medal, you say he's too Ben Whittaker, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I thought that would be too obvious. But yeah, someone like Ben.
The Yafai kid who won the gold.
He's too old, though. He's an old man in a young man's division.
How old is he?
29 going on 30.
Still got a gold medal under his belt, though, hasn't he?
Okay, but
give him benefit of doubt, Terry. Yeah, in this day and age.
Okay, no, Pork. Remember, the lad that beat Shakur Stevenson lost on his pro debut.
Yeah.
So anything can happen.
Yeah.
The Talma kid, Carola Talma, I put him on there.
What about Caroline DeBar?
Yeah, I think she's as real as they come. I think Lauren Price is as real as they come.
Ellie Scottney. She's been cheap.
Always have Elle on there. I worry with Ellie that she's not getting the love of the promoters at the moment. She always seems to be the one they don't talk about.
What do you think's so basically there's not much, we're scratching about, aren't we, for the talent? I mean, Fraser Clark and that Yafai kid. But they're old, aren't they? They're old, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, so my test for a prospect is this, Russ.
Yeah.
I can see them one day fighting for a world title. That's my test.
Yeah, that's if they're going to win it.
Yeah. So, and I don't think we've got a lot of guys who are at that level where they'll fight for a world title. I just don't see it. With every generation that comes through, they get softer and softer. So I can't see how you're going to do it.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's getting softer and softer as we every 4 years now with what's coming through, Terry?
Yeah, it's soft now. These kids don't want to train hard, Porky. They don't want to put it on the line. They don't want to feel uncomfortable in the gym. And I'm like, well, you come here to feel uncomfortable. So the hell are you doing? Yeah,
that's it. It's not like going down to local fitness club and doing your silly routine and going home. You're there to be uncomfortable. Out of your comfort zones. That's what I say to Max all the time. I mean, look, I'm going to put this video out after Max's because I took Max to Nick Manners the other day, sparred him. Me and Max went through there, met Julian there. And Max has got the drop phone chip off at Cameron's. Not phone chip, camera chip. To cut a long story short, Max only did a couple of rounds. This guy, Nick Manners, got ready. 17-year-old kid got in with Max and he set about him. He's 7, big kid, I think probably about that heavyweight or something. But an amateur. And he set about Max. I mean, I was filming it. Max is tough. Don't get me wrong, he's tough. He can take it. But you know them things, I'm not taking piss out of here, but you know them things that they put on, them head guards when they're sparring?
Yeah.
Max had this head guard on. I was looking at it and I thought, that must be too small for him because the bit on it went to there. And his face just seemed to be swelling over it. You know, the things that come on the sides?
Yeah.
And he looked Chinese, you know, like that. And then I don't know what to shout to him. He looked like he were in an uncomfortable situation. So I just shouted, double your jab, Max! 3s and 4s, Max! You know, just trying to show an interest. And Max has gone, what? He turned to me like that. This kid's just gone, bam! Oh, Terry, I swear to God. Max's face just went really, really red. And I thought, well, he was hanging in there. He didn't go down. Then he went flying into ropes with one. And I thought, fucking hell. It ain't about having size on you. If Max is 20 stone, 6'4", getting in there, you've got a kid 13 and a half stone, 6 foot, he's going to give you problems, isn't he, if he can whack?
Do you know what it is, Russ? Like, you know, like when you do manual labor, like when I was a kid and I used to do the scaffolding back in the day, and you get those calluses on your hands, yeah?
Yeah. No,
and you get the calluses on your hands will just get thick. The skin in your hands will get thick. Boxing's like that as well. You learn to take shots, your body just hardens up. And a lot of these guys, from when they're kids, their body's conditioned to taking shots.
Yeah. So
someone like Max is going to get hit, and it's a surprise to him because his brain's not used to that. Like, what the hell was that?
Max's brain.
No, but this is what happens. So with someone like Max, if you're learning and you want to be a pro, you've just got to do like 20, 30 rounds a week.
Yeah.
Constantly. And I wouldn't recommend that for a kid who's been doing it since they were 11, because obviously there's a brain damage risk. But when you're trying to learn how to take shots from big guys, you just have to keep doing it until it no longer worries you. And you're like, oh, okay, I can now think about boxing. And that's where Max needs to get to, from what I can deduce from the conversation. Is Max needs to get to a point where he's only thinking about his own game.
Yeah, he can crack, you know, Max can punch.
Yeah, but he's got to connect, Porky.
If he got some weight off, you know, I think I'm not saying he's going to win out.
I'll tell you this now, Russ, right? I could walk down any high street on a Friday night, and those doormen are all handy. They can all knock people out, right? You stick them in the boxing gym, how many times do you think they're going to connect? Hardly ever.
Listen, I've seen Peter Fury put that, you know, that bodybuilder, Eddie Hall.
Yeah.
I've seen him spar Huey.
Yeah.
True story. Go and ask everybody who's watching. Go and tweet Peter Fury and ask him if Huey sparred Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall jumped out at ring, mate. After 30 seconds, jumped out at ring.
Yeah, mate, he felt the power.
No, you were only playing with him.
Still, it's still a 6'6" guy landing heavy shots, and Eddie Hall suddenly realized all that muscle ain't gonna help him.
No, Eddie Hall jumped out of the ring. And everybody were laughing. Big bloke, he's like, here, isn't he? Big as an house. Out of a fucking breadcrumb.
No, wait, that's not fair. All right? That's not fair. You've got to, I always say this, you got to give someone 6 months, right? If they still can't take a shot after 6 months of training, you got to write them off.
Listen, mate, that Eddie Hall strutting about, mate, 68-inch chest in a 34-inch t-shirt, 34 chest t-shirt.
Yeah, but Porky, you used to be that guy before.
It was a fucking, wow, we're bigger than that. But anyway, that's Eddie Hall for you. But did he fight that Thor?
Yeah, Hathor dropped him.
Who won? Thor?
Yeah, just kept it on the 1-2. Eddie didn't have an answer to it.
Which is the one that did the deadlift and blood come out in his nose?
No, wasn't that Eddie Hall?
Oh, I thought, are they both weightlifted?
They're both, yeah.
Did you see that Eddie Hall's breakfast on Good Morning TV? What he eats in the morning?
Well, it's only half of what you used to eat back in the day, Porky.
Listen, a tenth for that, mate. Listen, mate, you know I was Rice Krispie Squares champion back in the day. Rice Krispie squares were my downfall. I'll tell you what else was. Bacon sandwiches with HP Tutti Frutti. And that seriously strong cheese spread from Asda. I used to get about 20 tubs of that. I put it on loads of crackers, sit eating them all day when I were on forums. There were forums in them days, you know, when I lived at Oakley. They went on that Twitter then in them days, kid. It was Doncaster Boxing. On I forgot what forum it was. I think we were good at.
You got Donny Boxing.
Doncaster Boxing. Go back, Google Doncaster Boxing. You'll see some of the stuff I used to fucking say about them all with. There used to be a right good crowd then. And what's that other kid called who used to text me? Is it Andrew Wake? Is it him? Andrew, how are we doing, Andrew? Hope you well. We didn't get on at the beginning, but he's a good boxing kid. They were proper old school hardcores back then. Now we've got these casuals with like polluted air terry. Good time here, 6:05 on a Monday. I've got fucking homes to go to.
Mate, I got to fly, mate. This has gone on longer than I planned.
No problem. Listen, stay on as long as you want, but listen, I had Kent coming on dinner at 6, but he's cancelled on me, Kent. Bless him. The hardcore. No, Kent's got a couple. I think he's got about 2 or 3 jobs, Kent. So he's going to come on Friday. So I'm not going to put no out anyway till weekend, but there's going to be some videos going out at the weekend. I'm going to build them up. You've got the secret here is to keep them on hook, innit? So we're just trying loads of videos out for the sake of it. Hey, listen, we're going to have some fun this month, Terry, with this channel. I've got some rate ideas. We're going to change a few bits and bobs up, but I'm not going to say what we're doing because if we don't do it, I'll look a cunt, won't I? But
yeah,
we're going in a different direction, channel now, and I'm happy than I've ever been. I'm just putting more effort in. You've got to put effort in, haven't you, if you want it back, Tel? What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, right, I'm going to let you get off then because I know you've got things to do, and I'm going to turn in for the day after another 12 hours. By 11. I've got some good stuff done today. Listen, give Martin my best, and if you speak to Rico, tell him to give me a ring. He's in Finland, isn't he?
Wasn't in Bilbao. I think he's back now, though.
How's he back?
Well, I hope he's back. I think he must be back.
I thought he'd gone to see his brother.
I have no idea, mate.
I hope you're all right, Rico. I know you're watching. What you got planned for tonight, Terry?
Just some training. So I've got to go and do some running about this evening.
All right then, mate. Well, listen, you keep in touch. I
will do, mate.
Thanks for coming on.
No worries. Keep supporting boxing.
Don't have nightmares.
Take care, mate.
See you, mate. Bye.
Right.
Hello, Terry. He always digs Cobra out, doesn't he? Dan Aziz, I get flogged by the Cobra. He didn't look like Groves, wouldn't he? Like that picture there. See that one there, of Groves? Hey? Yeah. Let's take you all on a little tour. Let me just check these headphones on. I think I'm done for today. That's about it. That other picture. I have a good picture in it. Hey, this is a good picture. That one there, main Cobra. I've got that they give me John Daly. Me, Big Ron, Glenn McCrory. Who's that? Oh, that's Cobra's missus. Can't really have a look at that one now. Don't want me to show it anybody. That's about it, really. I've had a good day today. We've had a good laugh, haven't we? We've had a good old. I'm gone here. Cameron, you need to come and get in this office next door to me. All right, Southampton, so it's no good. Come and get in this office next door to me, Cameron. There's 2 offices here empty. Let's get this job done properly. I need an in-house tech guy. All right. That's about it, really. So peace out. Keep on trucking, keep supporting boxing, don't have nightmares. I think I might as well go to waff now. Have a game of snooks now that Kent's let me down. Okay, do a few trick shots. Right, peace out.
Ha! 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 Ha!